This is very hard to explain because it's a complex technology, but...
From the And the Groove Remains production team studios in the Netherlands. My name is Mixmaster G and welcome to this live stream. My mission is not to sell you as many apps as I can. No, my mission is to educate and teach you about music collection management and conversion for DJs, so you save yourself more time for the fun and creative part of being a DJ. As every week, let me quickly introduce myself so you know where I am coming from. I am a 57-year-old dude from the Netherlands. I had my first DJ residency at the age of 15, which means this is over 40 years of DJ experience in the flesh. I am no longer an active DJ. I call myself a retired DJ. I play a few gigs a year, but nothing even close to what it used to be. However, you may know me from a little app that I created, namely the DJ conversion utility that allows you to go between various DJ software, maintaining your cues, your loops, your playlists, your grid and all that other good stuff. But that is not the only app I created for DJs. I created tons of other apps all for DJs and all aimed at making your life as a DJ a little bit easier when it comes to music collection management and conversion. Each Tuesday, 7 o'clock PM Central European Time, I host this Ask Me Anything live stream where I answer questions that I collected during the week and I answer questions from people that are live with me in the chat. And talking about live with me in the chat, it is already a little bit crowded, so let's say hi to the people that gathered already. 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗀, I see your question and I will get to that in a moment. Thank you for that. 𝗷𝗲𝗻 Sanchez, good afternoon Mixmaster G. How are you? I am good, 𝗷𝗲𝗻, and I hope you are doing well as well. Though, big ups Mixmaster G and friends, sitting in a parking lot waiting on my 17-year-old to get out of the dentist. But I'm locked even with the poor signal here. Well, at least you can join us though. And I hope your 70-year-old will be fine after the dentist, because that can be daunting, kids that needs to go to the dentist. I don't have a lot of topics that we are going to discuss today, so I don't expect this to be a 2-hour. Like I always tell people that are used to the stream, I am very pragmatic, so I just answer the questions that I have. I go over the topics that I prepared in advance, and if there are no other questions, then we close the chat, we close the stream, because chit-chatting and stuff like that is not really the reason why I am here. The reason why I'm here is answering questions. And there was one question coming in from 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗀. 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗀 is using a djay 400 and he connects his Sony speaker to it, but it is very, very quiet. And that can have a lot of reasons, 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗀. I am not a djay 400 user, so that is not something I can tell you about. However, I can tell you about Rekordbox in performance mode, and let's head to that for a moment. Let me put this one away and let's fire up my Rekordbox, because what might be your issue is that your master volume is not... Hold on, looks like Rekordbox is fighting me a little bit because we moved the collection yesterday or last week. Are you coming up, Rekordbox, or are you not coming up? It is not coming up, alright. Let's make an empty collection so I can fire up my Rekordbox, right? And that is... Oh, hold on, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. This is also not... It is Tuesday, folks. The week is has just begun, so and I have been working very hard, but more about that in a moment. Yes, take the default one. Okay, let's go. Come, you can do this. I'm waiting for Rekordbox to starting up. Last week we did move the Rekordbox collection, as you might remember, to a different drive, and that setting is still here and that drive is not mounted, so that is the reason why it was fighting me. Alright, let's have a look here, Pat back. So you most likely are in performance mode like this, and when you are in performance mode and you are playing a track, let's play a track right here. That track is not loading, I don't know why. Let's take one of the test tracks then. Should we, there's the intro tune, like this. There it is. If you load that track and you start playing that track like this, then there should be an output here. And as you can see, my output is totally off right now because my cue is off. And it doesn't even come up with it. So I think you have a similar issue where the master output or your master is not totally in line with what you want it to be. Let me double check what my Rekordbox preferences are, because kind of weird that my master, but no, oh hold on, because I'm using the external mixer, that is not showing up. But this thing right here should be lighting up for you, and from there you can see, from how much it lights up, you can tell what the volume is. Now if that volume is low, there are still ways to see if you can make it a little bit louder. For instance, right now I am using the 900 Nexus 2, and yeah, that's the reason why I cannot edit it, because it has its own master volume switch on it. Hold on, I need this one. This is my master volume, and that is what I use, and that's right above the view meters. So if I start playing the track again, you can see that indeed. And I can see it is touching the yellow there, which means the volume should be fine. That volume is fine. Now you see there is no volume on the master right now because, hey, we are not playing it. Let me mute my external audio so you don't hear it and it won't bother us. Now if I put it open, you can see that the master there is also touching yellow, and that tells me my audio volume is maxed out. Now if this is lower, like this for instance, then I can see that I need to up it. So what you need to find is the master volume of your particular set, and I'm not a djay 400 user, so I cannot mimic that. Another thing that you might want to double check is when you take the aux from an iPhone or a computer and you play through that speaker, how is the volume then? Is the volume up there, or is the volume still a little bit low? Those are things that I would recommend you to double check in order to see if you can make it work. So that was 𝗵𝗿𝗀12's question. Let's see, Claudio Costorino. Hi there, Mixmaster G. Here is your 1 a.m. guy. Claudio is at 1 a.m. alrighty. And this is 7 p.m. right here. 𝗵𝗲𝗈 Hello everyone. Hello 𝗵𝗲𝗈 DJ not zing. If he is using the output RCAs of the djay 400 or the headphone jack of his computer, yeah, he should use indeed. That is indeed also a very valid remark. What djay_SyncNet is saying, you need to use the output from your controller and not from your computer, because that can cause bad audio compared to the controller. But I think it's coming from the controller, because otherwise, if you wasn't using the controller, Rekordbox would require to be set up accordingly, correctly, and that can be dreadful if you've never done that before. So I think he is doing it. You're welcome, 𝗵𝗿𝗀12, and I hope you can work it out, my friend, because those issues, if you are not that technical, can be a little bit of a challenge. So I understand what you are going through. Last week I spoke about the release of macOS Sequoia, the developer release of it, and that lucky enough everything that I thrown at it seems to work, including my app, but my apps needed a little tweak because Sequoia otherwise would throw so many hoops that it was unworkable. This week I have been working very hard in creating a workaround for that. The tutorials for it are already created, and I think the rollout will be this week. And for everybody who is interested, let me give you a quick peek about how that looks or what that looks like, because I'm rather this is my Mac Mini, this is my Sequoia test computer, as you can see. And let me put the wallpaper on too, so then it looks a little bit nice. As you can see, that's 15.0 Sequoia, and this is the new disk image of the djay conversion utility. As you can see, it looks a little bit cleaner than what you may have seen in the past. I cleaned it up a lot, took away all the text and stuff. If you want to use the manual installation, that is still possible, because if you open this folder manual installation, there is your manual installation. But the real trick is with this little thingy, the ATGR app installer, which will be on all the DMGs of all my apps. And it is as straightforward as it can be. If you double click it, you get this message and you can say open. And after that, of course, you always have to allow it, and of course you have to enter your macOS administrative password. And after that, it will open the YouTube tutorial for the complete setup, and it shows you the app as it is installed. So you can just pick up with the YouTube installer tutorial from here on out. And this, by the way, will open directly. You don't have the problems with the... That's a weird one. Why is this fighting me now? I don't know. This TeamViewer again. All right, but that is the way that the new installer works. So it not only installs the app, it also opens the setup tutorial. It shows you the app that it just installed, and after that you can just use it straight away. So I'm very proud of how that works, and I will roll it out, I think, this week. Because I have been testing it, etc., etc., and the tutorials were just finished today. Another thing which happens last week, and that was just after we closed the stream, was that our friends from Denon rolled out Engine DJ and Engine OS 4.0. And let's go over the release notes together, shall we? So you all know what is new. There are two engine types of software. The first engine type is called Engine DJ. That is the preparation software, and they call it Engine Desktop here. And it has a few small fixes, nothing really big that I could read of. The real nice features are in Engine OS. And if we switch to Engine OS and you open the new features, there's a performance view. There is a redesigned performance view with a deck view, etc., etc. But what I liked most about it, and I don't see it in this list, improvement of fixes, what I liked most about it is that the phase meter, and the phase meter is that thingy that indicates to you if two tracks are running in sync, or if one is faster or slower than the other, and that's based on the beat grid of the tracks you're using. That phase meter used to be blobs that were running, and I didn't really like them. And back in 2017 I already asked them, please, please, please make this the same phase meter as in Tractor, and now they did it. So finally we have a phase meter that is the same as Tractor has on Engine OS gear, and it works really well. I just tested it out very quickly. I haven't really played a lot with it. I have to admit I haven't done a lot with music at all for lately, but for what it does, it seems to be nice. So you can download Engine DJ, the desktop app, from the Engine DJ site, and Engine OS as well. I like to install Engine OS using a USB because I find that the most secure way of updating gear in general. I never do over-the-air updates if I can avoid it. because for me it always feels a little bit more secure to first download the package, put it on a USB and then install it from a USB, and that works marvelously well on Denon gear. So I would everybody to recommend to use the update from a USB instead of over the air. But hey, it is up to you, of course, what you want to do. 𝗫𝐷𝗀𝗃 is watching while eating. Bon appetit, my friend. 𝗵𝗲𝗿𝗀 Dreadnought. I have a question which I'm sure has been answered ad nauseum. I'm using a Rain 4, yes, and as such I will be switching to Serato. Is it possible to beatgrid my tracks with djay Pro's exemplary beatgridding function, key detection via mixing key, and then convert it all to Serato? No, and that is because that indeed excellent beatgridding that djay Pro has is not really a beatgrid. It is a real-time analysis performed by AI, and to put it very simple, at the playback head the AI is looking ahead in the track and then analyzes what it encounters. So there is no real beatgrid stored anywhere in algorithm djay. It's all real-time analysis that is performed. So for that reason, no, you cannot do that. But what you can do, of course, is use that Rain 1 or Rain 4. I'm not sure if the Rain 4 is compatible. The Rain 1 is compatible with algorithm djay. I happen to know for sure. I'm not sure about the Rain 4. So sorry for that, my friend. No, though, the djay conversion utility is a little bit crippled when it comes to algorithm djay lately, because exactly this, I cannot convert something that is not stored. So you cannot convert from algorithm djay with the beatgrid. By the way, the djay conversion utility has never converted the beatgrid of algorithm djay. Not entirely true in the past with algorithm djay 2.0. So we are talking way back. It did convert the beatgrid, but after that they decided to store the beatgrid in an entirely different way. That was before the, of course, AI analysis. And for that reason, you cannot convert it anymore. Cake Header of Rabbits, hey, back to you as well. And welcome to the live stream. So that was about Engine djay, and that was about the conversion of algorithm djay beatgrids. And then another thing that caught my eyes, and that might be not on everybody's radar, but it is an issue that I find very important. Last year at the Amsterdam dance event, I was at a masterclass, or actually workshop, talking about banning phones from the dance floor. Right now everybody knows, if you go to a club, if you go to a festival, if you go wherever, you see an entire line of people with the phone standing up recording something that they are never going to look back again, because most likely there are better recordings there made professionally that are more fun to look back. But hey, everybody standing there anyway, which first of all is an invasion of privacy, because you are recording people that didn't ask for that. And especially in clubs where you want to create a special atmosphere or a certain atmosphere, you don't always want to have phones around. Do you think that Studio 54 could be Studio 54 if somebody was constantly streaming, videotaping, etc., what was happening there? So in order to create a certain atmosphere, and it doesn't have to be as hedonistic as Studio 54 was, but you get what I mean. In order to create that, I think banning phones is a very good thing. The counter side of that, of course, is that people posting your DJ sets on their socials is free publicity. But again, I think that you can live without that bad quality free publicity just fine if you are at a certain level of DJs. The DJ I consider to be the best dance DJ at the moment, James Hype, has a residency in Ibiza. I think you have to speak like that. And they want to start that residency also as a no phone residency. Now, fun fact, if you follow 𝐀𝐬𝐬 on YouTube, and I advise you to do it because the man posts all his gigs weekly with comments, with everything in it, and you can learn a lot from it. But last week was the first time that they had the no phone policy on Ibiza, but they forgot to communicate it to the audience. So you still see in that video everybody with the phones up, and at the end of that video James also says, yeah, we have to figure out how we are going to communicate people to put away those phones. But I think that putting away the phones on a dance floor, in a club, will bring back hopefully some of the magic that clubs had in the past. I even read a Reddit post of a wedding DJ who was DJing a 𝐁𝐬𝐤 wedding, and he was actually complaining about, alright, nobody was dancing, everybody was on their phone and doing their shit, and that was the whole wedding. If we don't halt this, then I think this is what the world is going to become to. So, no phones on the dance floor, I'm totally for it. Some of you might know I love to go to festivals. I am a DJ who loves to watch live bands. And when you go to a festival, then you have a whole line of phones up in front of you. Now, I'm a tall guy, so I look over them, but still, why just ban those things? I'm totally for that. Let's see. MF Young Dreadnought says that the Rain 4 is not supported by djay. Well, that's too bad, my friend, because djay is great, and yeah. Cake header of rabbits, that cannot be policed. It's a shame, they need to live in the moment. Yeah, I'm totally agree with you. And 𝗫𝗫𝗀 also says, yes, away with the phones, so we can see their faces again. It's supposed to be a live show anyway. Yeah, that is exactly my thoughts too. But the fact that James is indeed bringing this to the table is an indication that even the bigger artists are doing this. I know that some of the boiler room sets also forbid to have phones with it. Like I said, I have heard about this before. In the Netherlands there are some clubs who have a no phone policy, and for those clubs it's hard, because on one hand no phones means less publicity for them, but on the other hand it gives them the freedom to create a certain atmosphere, which I think is more important than, hey, I can tape something that you can see anyway on any socials and nobody cares. So away with phones. And 𝗫𝗫𝗀 is recreating a CDJ with touch OSC on an iPad. That's great, 𝗫𝗫𝗀. Keep us posted about that. Oh, in combination with djay Pro. That would be really great. I understand what you're doing there, my friend. That could be a cool project if you can get it working. On the other hand, if you have algorithm DJ on iPad and you put it in single deck mode and you connect all those iPads, then you can also make a nice setup. And it doesn't have to be very expensive iPads. You can take cheap second-hand iPads. I DJ from second-hand djay Pro iPads because a lot of times they will get wine in it or drinks in it or drinks over it. So if I'm DJing lately, then it's always small parties and stuff like that. And 𝗫𝗫𝗀 is going to do it in combination with the Mac Mini. All right, touch OSC is that controller environment where you can make MIDI controllers on iPad. Sounds good, my friend. Keep us posted. Sounds like a fun project, something I would like to see. So if you got videos, photos, stuff like that, keep me in the loop. I will certainly put some time for that in the live stream. Something else that came in, and that was true, that was the 𝐿𝑥_djay, and the 𝐿𝑥_djay is a user of the Denon conversion utility. And for those of you unaware, the Denon conversion utility allows you to convert from Rekordbox, or actually a Rekordbox XML, to Engine DJ, to Denon's Engine DJ. And it also comes with an app that can go the other way around. the Denon extractor tool. The first question is that, hey Mixmaster G, unfortunately yesterday I couldn't make it to the live stream. Not easy at 1 AM here. Yeah, that is a little bit. I try to make it the best time possible, but hey, it is still difficult to pick the absolute fabulous time. I think 7 PM is right in between for Europe, for America, but yeah, I understand it's still 1 AM over there, so some are missing it. He has 2 questions regarding your apps. By the way, made it easy for me to try and play between different DJ software. One, after converting with the Denon conversion utility, Rekordbox to Denon DJ, on some cue points shows no Rekordbox, no RB grid data. What does that mean? That does mean the following. If you convert from Rekordbox to Engine DJ, the Denon conversion utility will try to maintain the grid from Rekordbox. I say try because the Denon conversion utility converts a static grid. Static grid is one grid with 1 BPM. Most of the tracks, especially the older ones, can have a dynamic grid, meaning variable BPMs within the track. And what the Denon conversion utility then does is it will set you a cue point at the beat marker at the start of the segment with the longest steady BPM. But in any case, you need to have analyzed those tracks for BPM and grid in Rekordbox, because otherwise there is no grid data. And that is exactly what that message is telling you. There was no BPM grid detected in the XML. There was not, so those tracks were not analyzed by Rekordbox, and for that reason there is no beat marker set because there is no BPM grid. So if you analyze those tracks in Rekordbox for BPM first, then you should be fine after that. The second part of Alex, his question is, after converting with the DJ conversion utility or the Denon conversion utility, the tree folder is quite extensive and make me go through many clicks till I get to the actual converted music folder. If I'm using just a standalone, you can imagine going back and forth to change the playlist. Any suggestion make it easier? I'm afraid by changing the location of the folder next time I convert, I will duplicate the list, and yes, I have both apps, thanks in advance. Alright, let me explain, or let me actually show what Alex means by that. Let's take the James hype, no phones policy. James, all up, away, and let's get my Denon performance drive, which is my real live drive, this one, and then connect it to my gig and wait until it comes up. There it is. And then let's fire up Engine DJ, which I haven't fired up since the 4.0 update, so that is for some nice stuff. There we go. And what Alex is meaning is this. If you have converted, no matter what you have converted, my apps will try to create playlists under a DJ conversion utility playlist folder like this. You have the Denon conversion utility folder right here, and let me make this a little bit wider so you can clearly see it. And if I open it, then you see converted playlists, and if you open that, then you can see the actual playlists right here. And this is exactly what is happening with his collection as well. And of course, if you want to go between various playlists, that can be a little bit dreadful. Now, I do this on purpose. The reason for that is if you are going to convert, let's say, from Serato to Rekordbox, a playlist named Top 40 2023, and you also have that Top 40 2023 playlist at the root of your playlist folder, you have made it yourself at the target software, then you run the risk that the converted one overrides your manually created one. by making sure that everything that is converted stays in its own isolated area, it will be much easier for the software or for you to find it, and it will not overwrite your manually created playlists. And that's the whole reason why I do that. I want to isolate everything that is converted from anything that is user created. Now, yes, you can drag those playlists around if you want to, sure. The problem with that is that once you move them around and you convert again, it will again, the latest playlist will again be in that isolated area. So it's not something that I recommend that you move them, but there is no harm that you can do by moving them. Worst case is that you remove the just converted playlist, or that you are at a gig and you are stuck at the manually created playlist instead of the latest converted playlist. But there is no harm that you can do by either of it. So keep that in mind. You can move them, but I don't recommend it. I hope that makes it clear, Alex. Let's see. Joshi Batosh will keep us informed about his CDJ 3000 project. I like it, Joshua. Met you all. Evening, Mixmaster G. Evening, Matthew. Good to have you with us, my friend. Sake, header of rabbits. So it does not alter warp. I think you are talking about the conversion of the beatgrid. No, it does not warp. My conversion tools do exactly what they say they do. They convert. So if there is no beatgrid, there is no beatgrid that will not be converted. They don't analyze for beatgrid. That is an entirely different story. So no, they do not auto warp, because warping is the same as beatgridding, but then in Ableton Live. Kenny Fiesta, welcome to the stream, my friend. I have questions about moving from tractor to algorithm or vice versa. Number one, is there any way to get the fluid beatgrid mapping that algorithm automatically calculates back in tractor? Kenny, the answer is no, and if you move back 10 minutes in this video stream, you will be explained why not. Sorry for that. Number two, if I move my playlist structure, loops and cue points from tractor to algorithm 4.0, can I then move that algorithm 4.0 library to algorithm 5, keeping the playlist structure, loops and cue, please? Not really. My tools, the DJ conversion utility that converts from, indeed, which can convert from tractor to algorithm DJ Pro 5, will remain your cues and loops, not for FLAC files. And the reason for that is what the DJ conversion utility actually does is it converts to Serato cues and loops, and algorithm DJ can read those Serato cues and loops, and that's what's happening in the back. But it's only compatible with DJ Pro 5. DJ Pro 4 uses a different database structure, and for that reason something's got broken in the way. So I don't recommend you to keep it. It's better to be on DJ Pro 5 with all your apps and everything. And yeah, I understand that, for instance, algorithm DJ has some steep resource things. It needs a proper computer to run on it, but yeah, it is what it is. It's marvelous software as well. Ray Hammerstein also in the building, and good evening. And Kenny Flores said, wait, so you can't convert to 5.0 directly? Yes and no. Again, the DJ conversion utility does not write directly to the DJ Pro 5 database. No, it makes Serato cues, and those Serato cues can then be imported, or are automatically imported in DJ Pro 5. If you watch the tutorial, there is a special tutorial. There's a DJ Pro playlist in my YouTube channel, and within that playlist you find the tutorial how to go from whatever to DJ Pro 5, and it has all the steps in there. And the most important thing to remember is that it's using the Serato tags. Serato tags are not read from the FLAC files, and for that reason it is not compatible with FLAC files. Nothing I can do about it. talk to algorithm if you want to. Conversion from DJ5 is normal, so you can convert back from DJ5 because those Serato tags are not stored inside the audio files by DJ. They are stored in the DJ database. So you can go the other way around. You are welcome, Kenny. Always here to answer questions, my friend. Ray Hammerstein, could you demonstrate how to record DJ sets onto something like a Zoom H5 recorder? Ray, for that it depends on what gear are you working on, because I am right here on a Denon, a Pioneer 900 Nexus 2, and that means that I can hook something to the USB port, and then I can route that USB port straight into my audio software, and I can record. But if you want to use standalone gear or a standalone recorder, yeah, then you have different options. But the first one would be to use a record out if available, or the boot out. The boot out is usually available, and if you are not using that, from the DJM mixer like a 900 Nexus 2. On a 900 Nexus 2, if it's not in a DJ setup, but in, like mine is in an, in just my studio setup, then it's very easy because you can simply take the booth output, because the booth is not used in my setup, and then I can just record from there. If you want to go the technical way, and I can show that too, hold on, let me switch my screen again. Hold on, there we are. And if we go to, I even have it here, each DJ mixer comes with its own setting utility. You see it right there. And if I fire that up, you can say the USB 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are one USB connector. It is the USB connector right, hold on, here. It is this USB connector. So there's one USB connector coming from this mixer into my computer. However, you can tell which signals are going to be processed, or which signals are available on that USB connector. So you have channel 1 and 2, and that with me is set to mix and rec out. Why is that? Because I use it with OBS. Now we are going to look back into eternity, but you can see it right here. You see here Pioneer Audio, which is muted, as you can see, and that Pioneer Audio, if I go to the properties, is my mixer. Now if I set it to anything other than mix rec out, there is no audio coming from my mixer. I need to use the utility to tell, alright, rec out over USB is to channel 1 and 2. And there you can see where the rest of the channels are. And that means that OBS is able to pick it up. Most audio software has this problem, if you like, that they expect the audio to be on audio 1 and or on channel 1 and 2 in the USB bus. So if you want to use Audacity, for instance, to record audio from a mix like this, then you still have to set it to 1 and 2. So this utility is very important, and sometimes you have to toggle it a little bit, because sometimes it is not working, but then when you change this to something else and then back to mix rec out, it will work. So mixer output, and then make sure that 1 and 2 is mix rec out, and then you can just record on your computer if you like, if you hook up the mixer over USB. So that was that. And Mario G in the house. Mario G, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Let me switch my cam again. There we are. Hey Mixmaster G, I'm late but made it. Hope all is well. Go Italy. There are European soccer. The European Soccer League is in effect at this moment, so I don't know who's playing. I am not a big soccer fan. Of course I am Go Holland, but hey, I'm not that big in it. And he has solved the information where I deleted my iTunes library. I did a complete restore so I don't lose cues and loops. Good for you, Mario. That is always the best thing to do, to restore if it is possible. That also, my friends, means that I am through with all the things that I wanted to talk with you guys about. And that doesn't mean that I have to go. If you have a question for me right now, then please drop it in the chat. And before you leave, by the way, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up and tell your DJ friends about the availability of this information absolutely for free each Tuesday, because then I can help as many people as we can, and that is the aim of these live streams. But apart from that, and let me force quit this because that seems to be hanging. Yeah, the 900 Nexus utility is hanging and it doesn't even force quit. And there it is, there it went. So if you have a question right now, drop it in the chat. I will wait a little bit longer to see if there are some questions popping in. And otherwise, I will be back next week, 7 o'clock p.m. Central European Time, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and even Instagram. Though if you are watching this on Instagram, it's better to go to one of the other platforms because I cannot see the chat that is coming in from Instagram. I can only see the chat from Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube in Restream. I think they are still working on getting that fixed. Could you explain how virtual audio interfaces work? For example, 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗀 cable or loopback. Yeah, sure, I can do that, Ray. A virtual audio interface is essentially an audio interface that doesn't exist. Now, why would you like to use a virtual audio interface? For instance, if you want to record something from your DJ software, which your DJ software doesn't allow you to record. I am not sure what I have installed on this machine right now, virtual audio software wise, but hey, we can have a look together, why not? So first let me double check what I have available, and one too many, or Black Hole. I have Black Hole installed on this machine. Black Hole is what is known as a virtual audio interface, so it is something that is not available, that you cannot plug a speaker in, but it is available deep inside my computer. Now, what can I do with a virtual interface? And for that you need to go to the application folder, and within the application folder you have the utilities folder, and within the utility folder you have the audio MIDI setup, and that is your big friend, because if you go to audio and MIDI setup, we can create a new that is already there. We can create a new multi-output device, and let's see where that is hidden this time, because this is really old software. So yeah, this is what you want to do. So click on that little plus sign right here and say create a multiple output device, and then you can name that thing. Right now it is my 900 Nexus. That is not the one that I want to have as the multiple output device. So let me see where, there it is. Let's take that away, and let's take that away. And then let's say create a multi-output device, and I want to do that from, usually you pick whatever is available. So right now, the 900 Nexus 2 might not be a bad idea. If I want to do this from the 900 Nexus 2, I can do it right here. I can say, all right, or we can take, let's take something else because that's more fun. The built-in output. So the built-in output, I want to create my multi-output device with, and then it's still going, yeah, there we are. Yeah, you see built-in output, and then I can say, no, I want my Black Hole audio also to be there. Now, why would you send something to an audio interface that doesn't have any speakers? Because that audio interface does not only have an output, it also has an input, which means that you can select it in your DJ software. But when you select it, you want to still hear what's going on. And for that reason, you make two of them. So I have now a multi-output device that goes to the built-in output, and it goes to the Black Hole. And you can even name that. So let's name this one my testing audio There it is. Now, if I quit the audio and MIDI setup, and I can under my speaker, let's see, it's not there yet. Let's see in the sound preferences if it's already there. Input, let's see, not there. Why is it not showing up? You know what? Let's go to Audacity, because that's what you want to use it with, for instance. Did I call it testing? Yeah, I should skip. And in Audacity, then we can say in the preferences which device we want to do. And there I can say my testing audio. And that means that everything you hear from the internal output is also recorded in Audacity. So you don't use a microphone, you don't have quality loss. You can record the same thing you are hearing from the speaker. So that is why virtual audio discs are so important. But of course, the setup can be a little bit tweaking. But your friend is the Apple MIDI setup tool and creating a multi-output device in the djay software that you are using and selecting it in the for instance, Audacity as a recording device. And that way you won't have any loss of audio quality. But it involves a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of playing with in order to make it working. Kenny Fiesta, do you or anyone present know when the Fluid beatgrid djay AI Pro will come to Android systems? I think that will be a long day in the coming, I'm afraid of. Of course, nobody knows when certain versions will be released by developers, because it all depends on when they have done. But algorithm is so close to Apple and to the Apple ecosystem that all the new features will be on Apple first, and then very much later on Windows and Android, if they are coming there at all. So I am afraid that it will be a long time before it might be implemented there. Also, are there iOS devices you would recommend I use with djay AI Pro? I have an iPad Pro from about 5 years ago and an iPhone 8. Would those be able to handle the newest algorithm software? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, Kenny. We just spoke about it earlier in the stream. I use an old iPad Pro, and I think it's even 7-year-old. And yes, it has sometimes a hard time with keeping up its stamps, but it works perfectly fine with everything else. So I highly recommend you to use that iPad Pro. That iPhone 8 will be too old. I wouldn't try that. I think iPhone 13 for all the features of algorithm DJ is about the lowest iPhone you should run it on. But that iPad Pro should be just fine to run DJ on. So highly recommend to use that. There I am. djay Final Touch. With the Copilot and PCs, that may no longer be the case. With the Copilot Plus PCs, those are the PCs that are going to integrate the AI chips. We have to see how that is all going to work, djay Final Touch. By the way, the same for Apple Intelligence. We always have to see how this is going to evolve. Right now, it's about pure processing power and the ability to write apps to access that. Of course, you can put all the power inside any computer you like, but if it is not simple for developers to tap into that processing power, then you cannot utilize it. As simple as that. So we have to see what that is going to coming up with. Like I said, my friends, we are at the end of the live stream. However, I will be back next week, same time, and on all the platforms. For now, thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you spending some moments of your Tuesday with me talking DJ tech. Expect a huge slate of updates coming from me in the coming days, because then we are going to roll out the tools with the new ATGR installer as I demonstrated in the stream, and it will come of course with all the tutorials as well. Dus Bertors, 𝐀𝐬𝐤 𝐌𝐞, will you do a session with Laidback Luke when his new mixer comes out? Ask Luke. Luke knows that I'm always available to chit-chat. So if Luke says, yeah, I'm up for that, who knows? But no plans in that direction right now. Do the DJ. Thanks as always, 𝐀𝐬𝐤. Thank you, Do, for hanging out with me. 𝐿𝗵𝐴𝐺𝐸, thank you again, 𝐀𝐬𝐤. Thank you, 𝐿𝗵𝐴𝐺𝐸, for hanging out. Claudia Coutinho. Hi there. You passed by my question up there. Did I pass a question up? That is not the... Let's see, Claudio, if I can find a question from you. Question. Alrighty. Yep. That's a good question, Claudio, and it's not very complicated. Claudio asks why the BPM is not always shown while that BPM is shown inside his DJ software. First of all, iTunes only shows BPMs from the tags of the tracks. So it reads inside the tracks if there is a BPM there. Now here comes the kicker. Once it has read the text from a track, it doesn't look again inside the text of a track. So if a track didn't have any BPM or a bullshit BPM, and then you went to Serato and you analyzed the BPM in Serato, and Serato will update the BPM tag, then iTunes doesn't know about it, so it will not update it unless you tell iTunes to update it. And there are two ways to do that. First of all, play the track, then you will see it updating. Or second of all, and that is a little bit more technical, use one of my little scripts that can do it automatically. Let me show you. So we are not stopping because we have something that needs to be addressed. And Claudio, you were totally right to remind me of that. So no problem there, my friend. Let me show you how that works. So we go to Music, create a library. I want a new folder and testing. Yeah, that's fine. All right, and before I do anything, the first thing I do is take this off because I really hate that. And then we create a playlist, testing. And we put the view in the song view because we want to see the BPM column. And then I take a couple of test tracks, not too many. And we make sure that we can see the BPM column, the beats per minute column, there we are. And you can see already that those have a value, right? They have a value because they were previously done. Now let me edit those BPMs so they are gone. We make sure that they don't have any BPM, like this. So no BPM at all, and that is not what you want. So we go to Serato. By the way, I don't know if algorithm DJ writes the BPM text to the tracks. We can let's double check that. Let's see. I don't know if it does. Yeah, that's okay. So if I go right here and I go to testing and I say analyze the tracks, there we go, and then I can very quickly see if it doesn't update the tags. And how do I know that it doesn't update the tags? I can tell by the modification date, the date modified. You can see that it's now 753, so 1953, and these were updated 52, that was from iTunes. So algorithm DJ is not writing the tags to the tracks. Now let's do the same thing in Serato. Yeah, Tractor analyzes, or Tractor stores for sure the BPM in the grid, or the BPM in the tag, so that's for sure. But Serato should do that too. However, like I said, DJ doesn't, as we just found out. That's the reason why we do this kind of stuff, so we can find that out. Oh, damn. I need to switch my mixer off, because otherwise Serato is in X, that's better. And then let's double check that. Yeah, it's set beatgrid and BPM is on. So let's drop the tracks on it. There we go. There you see the BPMs coming in. Now, like I said, you can very easily tell if the BPM is stored in the text of the tracks, because if you look at the modification date of those tracks, they're still not updated. So Serato doesn't update it either. No, Serato doesn't update it either. You can double check that, but I'm pretty sure that, go away, that they are not updated. Ah, they are. Alright, so you see the moment I play it from Serato, it takes the updated BPM value. Now there is a different thing, like I told you. If you select the tracks and you have, for instance, the iTunes collection tool installed, you see this little thingy right there. If you select the tracks and you say refresh selected text in Music, then this forces Music to read the text. There you go. It reads the text and now you have the BPM values there. Again, that little script is installed by, I think, the Rekordbox Q and Key tool, the mixed in key integration with Rekordbox, the Tractor Q and Key tool, and the iTunes collection tool. Those all have this little script installed, which you can use to refresh the text, and that forces iTunes or Music to read the text again. Otherwise, it is impossible to get or to let iTunes know that a tag in an audio file has changed. Same with artwork, with art, everything you edit outside of iTunes, you need to reload the tags. And there is no reload text because you can right click, but there is no reload text here. And that's the reason why I created that script. Oh, you couldn't see that, sorry. Let's see. Let's see, we have Timo Noboa. Hello Mixmaster G, I'm writing from you from Ecuador. I always have to think about that 𝐤𝐸, that track by 𝐤𝐸, if I hear Ecuador. Ecuador! Claudia Cortina, but welcome by the way, Timo, to the stream, though we are almost closing here. I did play the track again after analyzing and it won't update. Yep, Tractor, we got that. Hi, thanks for messaging about a slow Rekordbox 7 analysis. Hope you're having a good evening. The evening is great here, Mark, and always fun to hang out with all my fellow DJ nerds. 𝐸𝐸, cool little script. Yeah, it is indeed a very cool little script. And yeah, it is a very good question because I can understand that this is puzzling if you don't understand the mechanism behind it. And the biggest problem here is that there is no reload tags inside iTunes. The same as with Tractor. Tractor doesn't have a reload tags either, and that can really be an issue. Alright my friends, like I said before, thank you all for hanging out with me. I will be back next week 7 o'clock PM Central European Time. In the meantime, if you watch this from a VOD and you have a question, put it in a comment below and I will go to that next week. And furthermore, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up and tell your DJ friends about the availability of this information. For now, thank you for watching.